Join us this week as winter van life in the UK gets off to a difficult start because we're forced to do something we don't usually do and it comes at a cost. So do us a big favour and hit that subscribe button. It's totally free for you but keeps us going. Oh, and you'll want to stick around to the end as we finally get an update on those cab windows.
Mercedes, you're being a pain in the bum. Right guys, we have a crisis on our hands. The off-grid system that we built in this is not working. The weather we've had for the last several weeks now is not pulling in any solar whatsoever, and our batteries are the lowest they've ever been since we actually built this thing. They are really low. Now the problem is with the Lake District, we were hoping to spend a bit more time in the central lakes. The trouble is, to get any charge in the batteries, you need to really be driving for a good few hours. And if you were to drive a few hours from here, you'd end up in Manchester or somewhere like that. So we've had to make a pretty dramatic change and do something we don't do very often, and that is book on to a campsite. So we've booked onto a campsite in the Lake District, which was a challenge in its own right. Finding a suitable campsite this time of year, and it's still quite busy with motorhomers. Finding a campsite which would take us as a vehicle, the size we are, and have availability has been a little bit of a challenge, to say the least, to be honest. So we've found one. It's still in the Lake District, as I said. We're going to head there now, and yeah, we're going to get plugged in because yeah, the battery level, as I said, is the lowest it's ever been. You might be able to see there, it's down to 16%, which I don't feel too comfortable with. Now, we do have lithium batteries, so they're not going to, you know, they are okay to be fully discharged, but no one wants that, do they? And as I said, it is horrendous weather at the minute. Where is this taking us? Way out that way.
We're making it hard for you, babe. That's the lay-by. You've got no chance. Absolutely
well,
no
there's
chance.
No chance of me getting in there. And I think that's the only one.
It is chocker, absolute chocker. We wanted to go into Grasmere Village to go and get some Grasmere gingerbread, which is so synonymous with the Lake District. We just wanted to get some for today, but wasn't meant to be. You can park in Grasmere, there are car parks there, but they're too tight. There's cars and coach bays, and we think if we sneak into a coach bay, then
we'll get a fine.
We'll probably get a
Lake
fine.
District.
And the Grasmere gingerbread is nice, but it ain't that nice.
Don't be dissing.
No one wants a fine. We actually had a fine recently. We don't want another one. So I think we're going to carry on. Give that one a miss today.
No more fines. That last fine cost us 60 quid.
I know, 60 quid to do our laundry, basically.
That was our most expensive laundry trip ever. So it would actually be quite funny to hear any stories you've got about getting fines and how expensive it was. So like maybe you were going to the shop to buy a tin of beans,
yeah,
and you got a fine and it was the most expensive tin of beans or whatever.
Yeah.
This was our most expensive laundry shop at £60 fine plus 15 quid laundry, £75 on a load of laundry.
Yeah.
See if you can beat it. We're now in North Lakes. We're actually just driving past Blencathra, and that is an important mountain, Blencathra, because that's where I made the decision to hand my notice in at my job. So we started in 2019 to do our first tour, but when we decided to actually do it again, work was getting on top of me. I was getting a bit stressed out, and I said to my boss on Wednesday, I said, I'm not coming in the rest of the week. I'm going, I'm done, I need to go and think about it. And on Thursday, it was a miserable day, it was raining, it was horrendous. And I climbed up Blencathra by myself, and I knew within the first 20 minutes I'm done. I need to get out, and that's where, so Blencathra is an important mountain. That's where I made the decision. I came home and said, Kira, made the decision. We're gonna hit the road again. And she just went, yeah, cool, fine. Single track road, unsuitable for large vehicles. Arrivals this way. All checked in, we're on pitch 38. So yeah, we just go round here. The shop is closed, but everything else is...
Oh, so the shop's closed the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh.
So pitch 38, now we might need to go... We'll see if there's anyone else there. We might need to drive in forwards. There's the play park as we go in.
Oh, wow. Look at that.
I want to... Oh, look, that looks amazing, that looks amazing, that looks so
That looks actually really good.
It does look really
I
good.
like the crane!
A little train, Dad.
Oh yeah, look at these pictures, they're massive. They are massive. Is that the whole of 38?
Is that ours?
This is all of it, yeah.
That's luxury, that, mate.
Yeah, oh, I might as well pull in forwards then, mightn't I?
Yeah, because the door's your side, yeah.
And we've got a water tap.
Oh. Endless showers.
This is a huge pitch.
It's lovely, isn't it?
This is literally all of our pitch. This is massive.
Your voice is really high pitched.
Massive!
My butt crack, so never see my butt crack. No, don't!
You just heard Teddy's song. He won't stop singing this song, which is very, very inappropriate.
Especially in public.
Yeah.
When he just starts coming out with
my butt crack, my butt crack, you never see my butt crack.
I made it.
We're just thinking that we might be needing our wedges. We're feeling like we're a bit down on this side.
I don't know whether if we just go up at the front. So we've driven 1 hour, exactly 1 hour. So we was at 16%. We've got a Victron 30 amp DC-DC charger. You can see it's still pulling in a little bit as I've turned the engine off, but we've got 27% now. So it's increased it by 11% or 11 percentages. So even at that, it's not great. You still need to put those miles in. Or the time in, keep the engine on to get it going. So this time of year, now and again, we've been off grid for quite a while, but yeah, we need to get plugged in. So that is exactly what we're doing now because we've parked up. Oh, I do actually have a question for everyone once I've got that plugged in. Right, so the colour of these things is white there. And then look at the UV damage on that. Is there any way I can bring that back to life? Is there something I can maybe polish on to bring that back to white? Not because this is white.
Because it's not, yeah.
It's not. We'll leave it like that. When you round here this side, just be careful of the cables. No, that's enough.
I'm it.
It's because of all the fancy technology. We can go to our Victron, and it's that top one. There we go, bulk charging. 30 amps. There we go. We'll see how long that takes. It'll probably take a good amount of time.
And this means I can use my straighteners now, doesn't it?
Yes, it does, love.
Good.
Yeah, we've got electric for the next 4 days. We've actually booked 4 days on this campsite. It's in the Lake District and it's expensive.
So we booked a super-sized pitch because it's a bigger vehicle, we need the space, and it said it's up at 10 metres, we're 9 metres, but we didn't quite expect it to be this big. Like, look at that. Look at all that space next to us. Really, really good value for money. So super-sized pitch, and it's also a fully serviced pitch. So that means we've got our water there, and we've got, you know, grey waste disposal and electric right here on our pitch, which is so handy, especially because we're going to be here for 4 nights. Rick said it was expensive, and it is expensive, especially for us. Like, this is costing us £47 per night, which is a lot of money, but literally the lake is right over there. Ullswater is just there. Big campsite, big pitches in the Lake District. It's going to come at a premium. So we'll see what we think at the end of it. It does have a big children's play park as well, which is good for keeping the kids entertained. Unfortunately, we're not parked right next to it, which means that I have to go with them. Can't just pick them out and watch them from the door, but never mind. It also has a restaurant, which we're desperate to try. The menu looks really, really nice, sort of pizzas, burgers, that sort of like pub grub, you know, like loaded fries, delicious stuff. So I think one night we're probably going to have to give that a go. So it's now Friday, so this place is going to fill up quite quickly now, I think. And it's their last weekend of the year, basically. So it might be busy, it might not, but I'm going to give you a quick little tour, show you a few of the facilities while it isn't too busy, because I do sometimes still get a little bit camera shy. If people are walking past me and then they see I'm filming, get a bit shy. So we've got kids play park number 1 over here. You have over here, you've got TJ's bar and restaurant, and then over the way there you've got your shop. Love this, love this, love this. Family use only. This is what I'm talking about. I love that. I always find it so difficult at campsites when you've got to shower the kids and you've not got any space, so that's winning for me. Let's go and have a look in the main bit. Check no one's in here. The lights are off, we're good. How plush is this? Honestly, and they've got it in here as well. Big shower rooms. Perfect. And my biggest thing about campsite shower blocks isn't actually the temperature of the water, because usually the temperature of the water is good. It's the temperature of the building. Because if it's cold, then your whole shower is just awful. As soon as you turn that water off, you're freezing. But it is lovely and warm in here, so I'm going to be making the most of these campsite showers. Right, I'm going to head back to the others now because we haven't done much schoolwork today. It's a Friday, still a school day, so we do try and do schoolwork Monday to Friday, and then the weekends we are a little bit more relaxed and tend to not bother with any schoolwork. It's a weekend, but we do try and stick to a Monday to Friday schedule. It doesn't always work out. We're not perfect. Sometimes we just have really busy days. Today's been quite a busy day. But I think it's about 4 o'clock now, so we've got a little bit of time. I think I might just whack out the English books or the maths books, get something done, ease my conscience.
It would not be a trip to the Lake District, would it, without a walk out onto the fells. And that's exactly what we're doing today from the campsite here at Parkfoot. So even walking through the holiday park, you actually climb quite high, and the views, even from the top of the holiday park, are pretty amazing. We're going to continue on this, I wouldn't call it a major path, it's a bit of a muddy, swampy path, but we're going to carry on, and hopefully in another few hundred meters we'll join the Ullswater Way, which is a big walking route. And that will take us up to the top of the fells over there, which should open up the views right across Ullswater. It's good to be back out. And the kids have got their backpacks. Jack's got his compass and rope. Teddy's got his binoculars. They're all set up for their adventure today. All right, he's just telling me. He's telling me off. He doesn't have his binoculars. What do you have then, Ted? A what? What mango? Oh, he's got a snack bar.
We've just reached a point now where the path is split into 2. So we need to figure out which way's the right way. We don't want to be taking the wrong one. That one. Or that one.
This path goes over, you can actually see it over there.
Yeah.
And it's slightly lower. And then there is a top path.
Is that someone moving on that hill?
Yeah, there's some people,
there's people there, and there's people over there as well.
Yeah.
Lots of people get out on the fells. Guys, the wind is starting to get a bit chilly. Does anyone want their thing to keep their ears warm?
I've got my hat on.
Because my ears are getting cold.
I'm gonna get my gloves on.
Your hats?
I think I'm gonna get my gloves on.
Yeah, hats.
Gloves fine, but
Gloves fine, but hats. My ears are getting cold. Me and Mum are going to swap, so we share a hat.
No, you're not having my hat.
Because my cap doesn't really keep my ears are poking out like I'm Dumbo. And I got cold ears.
I need to get Richard a winter hat. Someone actually said the other day that I used the term, I called him Richard, and someone was like, oh, is he in trouble or something? Because obviously on here it's Rick, but I do still call him Richard. He is actually the man who makes me change his name every 5 years. So when we first got together, I always used to call him Reed, which is his last name, my last name, because all of his friends down the pub, it was Reed. And then after about 5 years, I had to change. He didn't like it anymore, especially because obviously we get married. It'd be a bit weird if I called him Reed still. So then it was like, I called him Richard, which was fine until about 5 years ago. And then it was like, right, you need to call me Rick now. I don't like Richard anymore, it's a bit formal. Can you call me Rick? So it's really Rick now, but sometimes I do still say Richard.
Hello, good girl. She has been let loose. Right, we're making cracking progress. Kids are all loving the adventure. The views are absolutely spectacular. Looking down onto Ullswater really is fantastic. I don't think we're going to get much further on the basis that it's now 20 to 12 lunchtime, and it'll take us a good hour and a half to walk back, and we don't have lunch. So we have brought snacks and drinks, obviously. But yeah, really good to get out on the fells. And I believe the Ullswater Way, or part of it, going over here, and I'll have to fact check myself on this, but I believe it's an old Roman road or Roman footpath that went into Central Lakes.
There we go, this is as high as we're going to climb today. We're going to start heading back down in a minute. It's starting to get quite windy, and like Rick said, we're quite close to lunchtime, so we're getting hungry bellies, but just such an incredible view up here, really gorgeous. We haven't done this in too long, have we? It's been so long since we've been out on proper hikes. And
yeah, it has. Far too long.
We need to do it more often because we all love it, we all really enjoy it. And, yeah.
It's a great adventure, and that's what we do.
And good for your mental health as well, it makes you feel good.
But that's counterbalanced. Being married to you is definitely not good for my mental health. So this balances it out, neutralises it.
It's so rude, isn't it? Look at all the negativity exuding from this one.
It's not negativity.
Yeah, it is.
I wouldn't swap you.
Huh, well.
I just took one for the team.
Took one for the team, whatever. Sit you dry. Come here. Let's get you all dried up. I'm not wanting to go mad. Come here. Come on. Come on. Come here. Come on. I want to dry your legs, girlie. You've been good, girl. You like your walk. Right guys, I do need to show you something because we have been gifted these two lovely bottles from a company called Bottle, and they're going to be absolutely perfect for all of our outdoor adventures. I personally really love this one because it is just so big. It holds almost a litre of water, so it holds 950 millilitres of water, and it keeps your drinks cold for up to 12 hours, which is really good. But my favourite bit about it is probably something you can't even tell because it's a secret little compartment. So you screw off the bottom of the bottle and you've got this little secret compartment here. Now it's really good to put in like a few tablets, a few paracetamol or anything like that, coins even if you want to take change for parking, or I've just got 2 paracetamol in there at the minute. But yeah, you put keys in there, just anything you want to hide away, or you could just put it in the bottom there, I guess, and you would never know that it's there. It's really, really cool. They've also given us this one here, which is super stylish. It actually matches the colour of Rick's jacket quite perfectly, so he is looking super fancy at the minute walking around with this. But it's got a nice easy handle for you to carry, and it's leak proof, which we all know is so important. When you're looking for a bottle, you want to know that it is leak proof, because that is the worst thing. Put a bottle in your bag and it spills. That's not going to happen with these guys. This is brilliant. And I don't think it's too early to say it, guys, but it is coming up to Christmas, so if you're looking for presents and you're not sure what to buy, then these bottles make perfect gifts for friends and family. You can grab your own bottle here for a great price to celebrate the spirit of Christmas. Just use our code 15touring to get 15% off. All you need to do is head to the link in the description. Later that evening we headed out to the on-site restaurant TJ's. There was lots of choice on the menu and the food was pretty good. I went for my all-time favourite pepperoni pizza, Rick tried the katsu curry, and the kids had macaroni cheese. We then embarrassed ourselves with a few games of pool, realising that our old Friday night pool playing days were long past us and taken about 1,000,000 years to pot the balls. Then we finished the night with some delicious desserts that we really didn't need but simply couldn't resist. Had a bit of a rough night's sleep last night. Well, it started off all right. We didn't have very good internet, so Rick went to sleep at like 9 o'clock. He'd had those few beers, hadn't he? So he was happy just to go to sleep. And then for some reason the internet came back, so I watched that. It's on Disney Plus, Agatha All Along. Really good series. If you haven't watched it yet, it's really good. So I finished that. But then in the night, Ted got poorly, so he had that cold. Got that cold that Piper had last week, so he had the sniffles. He was in our bed, and then Rick was up at 5. Like, I woke up and just saw like this shadow in the corner sat on the bed on his phone. So he was up at 5, and then everyone seemed to get up, so a little bit of a funny night's sleep. But we're now heading out, 10-minute walk to the little village here, Hooley Bridge, right along Oldswater Lake. So it's a really nice walk, and we're going to go and get a few bits from the shop, just a few top-up bits for lunch. Whilst Rick went into the shops with the kids, I had the pleasure of waiting outside with Rosie, who is very vocal whenever the gang splits up. This is FOMO at its finest.
Here's the chocolate!
Oh, you got a chocolate?
You got one with Dad, and I got food.
A Christmas pud?
Yeah.
Nice.
I thought I'd try something new with fruit winder.
Oh,
watch out,
I like
you'll lose them, you'll lose them.
Sticky toffee pudding!
Look at that.
Right, we haven't had that for years, have
The
we?
best.
Sticky toffee pudding.
With custard.
Cartmel.
And biscuits, and he's got custard.
Really?
I've got custard for the thing, for the sticky toffee pudding.
The sticky toffee pudding. Right, Rick's made a little bit of an error. So we thought that this dessert we're having, the sticky toffee pudding, was the one without the dates in, that we remember really enjoying. We've had it for Christmas before, on Christmas Day. And then we've realised that it's not the one. This is not the one we usually get, is it?
Yeah, I got excited and I saw Cartmel. Kira quite rightfully pointed out earlier, we used to get the Cartmel chocolate fudge one, or the chocolate pudding, which is amazing, and I'm sure this is going to be amazing. But I checked the back, I was just reading how to cook it, and it says dates and something about the date stone. So we're hoping they're cut up small, because we don't like dates. Yeah, and if you don't like dates, then we've remembered the one that we did used to get, and that was Saucy Desserts. Now I believe they're in Dumfries and Galloway. I think they're based in Moffat. So that's another really good dessert. So these are good to know in the lead up to Christmas if you don't like Christmas pudding, because we're not really, I like Christmas pudding, but none of the others do. So we always have something different. Do you like Christmas pudding?
I don't know, I got mine.
She doesn't know. But we always get something different for Christmas Day, and sticky toffee pudding or chocolate pudding is usually what we go for.
You having some dessert?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course he is.
There's only 4, so we're gonna have to fight each other.
I think none for you. You're not feeling too good, babe.
Yeah, Ted's not feeling good.
No, I just didn't like dinner.
He's so rude.
It's not rude, no. It's like, it's, we need to go do a shop, and the only thing we had was veggie mints. And I'm not a big fan of veggie mints. It's like veggie alternatives are sometimes, it's like they're extremes. Huh? Yeah. Oh, but you didn't even like the veggie mints. Yeah, exactly. Veggie stuff is either like good and you can't really tell a difference, or it's just not nice, and I just didn't like it. But it was. I'm very thankful for you for cooking it.
Wow, that's lovely. I feel very much appreciated for my efforts.
Well, you should. I'm now making a nice dessert. So.
You're not making it, you're just cooking it.
Shut up, you.
But I want that bit, I want that bit. I want all of it, thank you. Woo! Oh my god.
There you go. Right, JJ.
Oh my god, it's like child's heaven.
Is it? You haven't tried it yet.
Is it a date?
It's a date.
Is anyone else's husband that fussy that they can like pick out tiny little dates in desserts like this?
Well,
honestly.
Well, I'm looking for them in mine.
They're like little tiny pieces. It's so not. Honestly, it's tasty.
it is. It's very nice to be fair.
Without give me custard.
Also, guys, what are you going for? Sticky toffee pudding? Are you having your custard, your ice cream, or like cream on top?
I want custard. I'm a follower.
Custard. I don't know. I like ice cream. I like ice cream. I like the hot
Ice
and cold.
cream. Ice cream with crumble.
Yeah.
Yeah, ice cream with apple crumble is good, but.
As it was a Sunday evening, I then prepped some schoolwork for the week whilst the kids rushed to clean up to win themselves some last-minute stickers to be able to earn their weekly pocket money.
I forgot to mention the other day, our batteries are now back at 100%. So we've been plugged into mains hookup on this campsite. It took about 11 hours to get them fully charged. So all happy days on that. But I've got other big news, hopefully big news. There's an upgrade to Tory that you guys have been wanting us to do for a long time. And it's an upgrade that we have tried to get done and failed. And that is, of course, the cab windows. So up here I found a truck window specialist in Carlisle, spoke to him. He can do the job. It's just a case of getting those windows. So I have again spoken to Mercedes Commercial, and they have ordered the parts. So the parts have been ordered last week. A little bit dubious of whether they've ordered the right parts. I did ask them 3 times if it was the right parts, and they assured me it was, but the price just doesn't add up at the minute. They've only charged me £114 or something, and both the other times I've tried it was 300 and something. So you know, I'm a little bit suspicious about it, but hey, so I'm going to give them a call right now to get an update to see if the parts have arrived, because that was the problem the other time. If you remember, when we were doing the build, we put an order in after 9 months and them saying they're on their way. Mercedes just said we're not sending them out. So that was the problem. So again, we've got them on order. Have they been sent out? Let's phone them up right now and see if they're in stock. Hi there, I was just phoning for an update on an order I put in last week from Carlisle. Perfect, thank you. You can do, but can you, because I phoned up a couple of days back and you put me on a call back and no one phoned me back. No. Yeah. Awesome. It's Richard Reed. And they can just phone me back on this number. Yeah, that's the one, yeah. Awesome, thank you, bye. Okay, so they're busy. They've put me on a callback, which you might have heard they did the other day to me as well, and I haven't heard back from them. So far, Mercedes, you're being a pain in the bum. Sort yourself out. Give me the parts I want and give me a callback and all. guys, look at these. We've finally got them after how many years? We've got them. Amazing.
Well, it feels like years, but it's been 1 year of trying to source these windows. We never thought it would be so difficult to source these, and then eventually so easy to actually get them. So stay tuned, as we'll be getting them installed very soon.